Hello there. Welcome. Good morning if it's morning for you, or good evening if it's evening. So today we're doing balancing seaweed arms. Yesterday was balancing, today is balancing seaweed arms. We'll probably have the word kung fu in the, in the title tomorrow. So because it's a lot of arms today in class, it's really important that you listen to your arms. So one of my arms, it swings really clearly and I can make a full circle with it and there's no problem. The other one, I have to bend my elbow slightly in one of the ranges and then it flows really smoothly. So find where you need to bend your elbow rather than feel the twang and push through it. So listen. The other thing is we've started a new thing here in Northern and it's called the chat at Northern. That's it. And so it's a video that'll go up once a week on YouTube and also on Facebook. And it'll be just me chatting with either Sinead or Yosef or guests or Yosef chatting with someone or, there will be chatting with people and just saying what's going on and what we're doing and the garden and whatever news of the week there is. So check it out. It's the first one. So improvements are going to happen as we go, but it's pretty awesome for the first one. So great, so come and be a mermaid or a ballerina or be your graceful self. Find your sense of flow in your arms. And even though we're moving our arms, it's the whole body that's moving with our arms. So as we flow, there's this wave of movement that's going to start happening in our bodies. Exciting. So great, come lie on your back. Your knees are bent and I have to get my hat. Your feet are flat on the floor. At some stage in the class, we're going to need a thing for underneath your knee. So if you have a pillow or a hat handy, grab it now, or be aware that you're going to have to grab it, okay? Cool. So lying on your back, your knees are bent. And then just draw your lower back down and flatten into the floor. And arch, breathing into your belly. So just feel, where do we begin from? What are my insides telling me? What is the deep of my pelvis, the deep of my spine, my rib cage, my knees, my feet? What story do they tell me today? Begin to sway your knees from side to side. And as you do so, just feel that there is a sense. I think I'm back. Cool. So I'm going to guess where we were. Okay. So come on in. Come. Sorry about that, guys. So come. So great. Lying on your back. So you're going to flatten your lower back down and then roll up along your spine. And as you roll up and down, just feel the deep of your spine moving. And just hear the lifting of your hips and then the lowering down. Cool. So stretch your right leg long so your heel is off the floor and your bum is on the floor. And then push your left foot down and lift your bum off the floor, but let your right heel touch. And then drop your bum and lift your right heel off the floor. So it's like a pendulum. As your bum comes up, your heel drops down. As your bum drops down, your heel lifts up. And really feel like you're trying to lift your bum as high as you can. So I really like having my fingertips on the front of my hips. It just gives me a sense of the lifting of my hips and the lifting of my hips. Nice, one more time. The lifting of your hips. And then the other leg. Stretch the right leg long and then lift your left leg long. Lift your left foot off the floor and then lift your hips. Let your heel touch. Drop your bum, lift your heel. Your leg is straight. Lift your bum, lift your heel. And lift your bum. Feel the push of your hips forward. Lift your heel. Lift your bum. Lift your heel. One more time. Lift your bum. Lift your heel. Great. Bring both feet to the floor and roll all the way over and come into your downward dog. So all the way up. Finding your downward dog and just really stretching backwards. Bending one knee. Bending the other knee. Bending both knees. Stretching both legs. And just feel that, the The deep of you stretching and lengthening. The deep of you really elongating through the spine as you bend your knee and stretch your legs, and bend your knees and stretch your legs. Nice. And then just find the deep of you, the slow of you as you push your hands down, as you lengthen. Find the deep of your belly, the breath deeply down, and feel the outsides of your body, the edges of your body. So your elbows, your hands, your shoulders, the rib cage, the buttocks, the hips, the thighs, the knees, the feet. You feel the boundary of you, the sense of your skin, the clothing touching your skin, where your body touches the floor, and just deepen your breath. Really letting it settle. Nice. And then walk all the way forward to the front of your mat. So reach your arms wide and bring your palms together, interlock your fingers, and then lean towards the right, back up to center, and then lean towards the left, and back up to center. Lean back, looking up, and then bending your elbows, bending your knees, come all the way down. Bring your hands down towards the floor, bend your knees enough, look over your right shoulder, look over your left shoulder, round your back down, draw your forehead down towards your knees. Step the right foot back behind you. Drop your right knee to the floor. So this is the point where if you have a pillow or a hat handy or something, just stick your knee on something soft. It's really nice. And then bring your left forearm to your left thigh and start with the smallest, smoothest circle you can. So your right arm is just circling here over towards the right. And then you're slowly going to start reaching a bit further into your range. And the thing is, you're looking for the non-twang. So there's no twang for me on this arm. My rib cage opens, my belly connects, my arm sweeps. Feels very comfortable for me to do a really huge range and then circle in the other direction. But for you, you might find that you have to bend your elbows at different stages and you have to make the movements smaller. Non-twang version of this is what we're looking for. Nice. Bring your hand to the floor, lengthen your legs and step back. If your pillow's in the way, then don't worry. It won't make much of a difference. Look over your left shoulder. And look over your right shoulder. And then rise up and look way down the beach. Haven't looked down the beach in a while. Nice. Dropping down, push back into your cat, all the way back into your downward dog. Bring your little pillow over towards the left side. Drop your left knee to the floor. Step your right foot forward. Nice. And rise up. So reach forward and bring the backs of your hands together. And they're just touching just in front of my feet. And then rising up, make a small circle and feel your body opening as you do that. And then as you round forward, feel your whole torso rounding forward. So start with really small range where you're including your torso. And then you can begin to deepen that range where you include more and more of your arms, maybe more of your legs, maybe more of your torso. Back of your hands come together. Back. So listen. How do you really listen so that you stretch all the way down into your belly? Nice. Now, seaweed arms. So over towards the right and then over towards the left. So you can do absolutely linear. So you stay at the same height, or you can do figure of eights where the back hand drops and the front hand rises. So you're kind of like flinging figure of eights around you. Or just stay linear. Sometimes linear, you can keep your shoulders safer. Maybe you travel as you do this. Maybe you feel that sense of swooping forward on the left and then going backwards on the right. That's what I feel. What is it that you feel as you really begin to flow into your arms, into your legs? All the time you're listening to your range. Last one of these. Arms are wide, reach both arms straight up towards the ceiling and now begin to sway left to right. This somehow feels the most seaweedy. And so I'm reaching down with my fingers towards the floor, sweeping my right fingers towards the left. And I have this like whoosh feeling. Whoosh. If you want to, you can keep your hand on your thighs, you reach the other one, or find elbow down, forearm down to give you more balance. Nice. Bring both legs forward and just pause there in a forward bend. Just let your belly and your thighs come together. And pausing there. I don't know what happened, why it broke there. It said your stream is broken. So, great. I wonder. Hopefully you didn't get me roaring for Yosef. Yosef! So great. Rolling all the way up. Reach your arms wide. Bring your palms together. Hands come down in front of your chest. Nice. Other side. Reach your arms up. Interlock your fingers. Lean towards the left. And then lean towards the right. And then leaning back. Nice. Coming all the way down, hands to the floor. Look over your left shoulder. Look over your right shoulder. And all the way down. Step back with your left foot. Bring your pillow, should be underneath your left knee still. Bring your right forearm to your right thigh. And then start with the smallest, smoothest circle that you can over towards the left. So nothing else is moving, just your arm. You're checking out the range. And then you begin to, it's like that thing we were talking about last time. It's like, does the movement start in your rib cage and then your arm follows? Notice how it's like my rib cage goes there and then my arm follows. So there, up, and then down, and then my rib cage follows. So feel how the intention of the movement starts much deeper into your shoulder than you think, and then change direction. Like how do you really, like, it's like you throw your arm from your chest. How do you throw your arm from your chest? Hands to the floor. Step back. You can take your pillow out of the way. Knees to the floor, all the way down. Nice. Look over your right shoulder. Look over your left shoulder. And then rise and look way down the beach. Really try and see something. And coming all the way down. Pushing back, cat pose, all the way back, downward dog. Bring your thing forward so that it's on the right-hand side. Step your left foot forward. Drop your right knee to your support. And rising up. Nice. So the back of your hands come together. And then rising up, back of your hands together. And just make a movement where you feel the flow. And so that movement of your torso does something, then your arms follow, is very interesting. Where does the movement begin? Like, how do you move your torso to allow your arms better range? And then begin to sway from side to side. And again, my shoulder goes first and then my arms follow. My shoulder, the back of me kind of goes, and then you're going to start figure of eights. Maybe you sweep. Maybe you swing. Maybe you begin to really feel that you can dive with your hips at some point. But you working that out in your body, because there's a sense of flow, which is your shapes, your feeling, your grace, your awesome connectivity. Nice. Reach both hands up. And then just sway from side to side with your arms. As you do that, just here. Can you find that thing where your torso gives the information of the return first? So I feel this pull to the side, and then my arm follows. Pull, arm follows. Nice. Come forward, step back into your downward dog. Get rid of your pillow. And just wiggle yourself a little bit there. And just settling in. And just find that sense of stillness, the outer boundary of you. Feel the movement as you hold stillness. Feel your heartbeat, feel your breath. Feel your knees. Feel your temperature. Deepen your breath into your belly. Nice. And then come all the way up. So the next movement is actually really hard in a really cool way. The main thing is that find your level. So the difficulty is what we're going to be doing with one of our feet. So you can do this whole sequence with your 2 feet flat on the floor, and there's enough going on with that, okay, right? So maybe that's the option for you, both feet flat on the floor. The other option is that your right toe is touching the floor in front of you, just like a little stabilizer, or your right foot is off the floor and your knee is wherever feels like you can balance it. Then we're going to start doing seaweed arms. So back of your hands come together and then reach. And so make the movement as small as you can in the beginning. So just find your balance. How do you feel balance as you do this? So balance is what we're cultivating, not huge range in our arms or in our spine. It's like, how do I balance? Next one, side to side. How do I balance? So keeping your head center as you swing your arms, or if you want to really challenge yourself, you let your head move with your arms. But keep your head center in the beginning as you swing your arms. I really like the figure of 8 one where I swoop down and then up and down and then up and just see. Now this one, gliding from side to side. I really feel very seaweedy this one now. In a storm. Great, other side. So either both feet flat on the floor, very good option. Toe on the floor or foot in the air. Start back of your hands, come together. Right, so start with the smallest movement of balance that you can, whatever that is, so that maybe your spine doesn't move. Maybe it's only your arms, or maybe you begin to really deepen the movement of your spine as you balance. So yesterday I was driving along yesterday morning, and I was really noticing how my shoulders felt amazing after the balancing we did yesterday and that whole Darth Vader movement of the chest and the side bending. So do side to side figure of 8s. And then I was thinking, oh, balancing was awesome. I wonder will we do balancing again today? And I was like, oh, we could do balancing seaweed arms. And then I just started to laugh. I do that a lot actually at the moment. I started to laugh. And I was like, we could do balancing seaweed kung fu arms the day after. Great. And now, last one, sway. Somehow this is the hardest I find because my center travels from side to side. I don't feel like I have as much resilience side to side. Great. Come all the way down. How awesome. Well done. Good job. Come down, resting in. And just find your stillness. In the midst of the flow, in the midst of the pulsation of life, where do you find your depth, your steadiness, your deep sense of connection? And just be kind. Be kind to you. Be kind to your body. Deepen your relationship to your sensations and just accept and love that which is emerging. Embrace all of this. How are your hope molecules doing there? Nice. So you can stay there as always. You can rest on the floor, you can lie on your back, you can, find which way you need to just pause maybe for a little bit longer. Or you can gather yourself up and head off into your day. So great. Thank you so much for joining me. Such a pleasure. That was really very cool. So notice how you are during the day. Like, how do your shoulders feel during the day? How does your spine feel during the day? Nice. Great. Sorry again about that dropping of the line. So cool. Ciao.